We wear the mask that grins and lies. It shades our cheeks and hides our eyes. I laugh until I start to cry when I think about myself and my folks and the little children.
So what is inner child healing, and what is the inner child in the first place? Carl Jung says that the inner child is our true, unfiltered self. Society forces us to build a false self to survive, but healing means breaking free. Healing childhood wounds caused by trauma, suppression, or societal expectations. When thinking of sages, philosophers, and traditions from around the world that touch on this topic, Taoism comes to mind as an example. Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism, taught the importance of returning to a childlike state called pu, or uncarved block. This is what Lao Tzu refers to as childlike and innocent, while also noting the strength of an infant's grasp. As we grow from childhood, however, an awareness of a separate self arises. We begin to lose this experience of our uncarved block. His teachings encourage living with wonder, humility, and joy, like a child in harmony with the Tao. Another person that comes to mind is Socrates. Known for the Socratic method, Socrates encouraged people to figure out the answers for themselves instead of him giving them out. He approached philosophy with endless curiosity, the mind of a child asking, "Why? But why? But why?" Horus, the falcon-headed sky god of ancient Egypt or ancient Kemet, lost his left eye and his struggle was set for the throne. The eye was magically restored by Hathor, said to be the ancient Egyptian equivalent to Aphrodite or Oshun, and this restoration came to symbolize the process of making one whole and healing, throwing back to the uncarved block concept, as children don't usually feel anything but whole. The Eye of Horus represents protection, health, and restoration, as well as intuition and perception, reminding us that the inner child sees truth beyond logic. These examples prove that the inner child is not weakness. It is a gateway to internal freedom, imagination, and boundless energy. So why might Black people especially struggle with their inner child? Well, many people, but especially in the Black diaspora, have had to grow up too fast. Colonization and systematic racism have denied Black communities the right to be vulnerable and free. Ongoing racial oppression, as well as generational trauma from slavery, forces many Black individuals to suppress vulnerability, imagination, and play. We could go into Frantz Fanon's decolonial psychology, Paulo Freire's pedagogy of the oppressed, and psychoanalytic theory, but we're saving that for our upcoming research that you'll be able to read about soon enough. More information on that in the description below. This short segment will not do this topic justice at all, but we can share that Black communities worldwide are less likely to seek therapy or have access to therapeutic resources. Traditional therapy often ignores Black cultural experiences and healing methods, and does not acknowledge generational trauma. It also has not studied pre-colonial ways of healing in the Black diaspora to create theories and practices that are culturally relevant. Many Black children are seen as adults by society at a young age, limiting opportunities for play and self-discovery, and without culturally affirming spaces for joy and vulnerability and acceptance. Speaking here especially about Black queer children, the inner child remains neglected. To check out the next section of this video, why is it important to regain one's relationship with their inner child? You can find it on our Patreon, where we'll post the exclusive full videos. So what else can you do now that you've heard this information? First, you can celebrate even being curious about wanting to reconnect or grow this relationship with your inner child. Watching or listening to this video is already a start, so whichever nurturing way you like to praise yourself, I'd encourage you to go do so. Again, I'm not a therapist, just have a BA in education. But if you're able to go and get something for yourself, maybe something that you like to eat as a kid, for example, that's a beautiful way to engage in inner child healing. You can discuss with friends, family, chosen family you feel comfortable with, do more of your own research. Stay tuned to discuss and discover with us on this channel pre-colonial healing and expression integrated with modern practices and personal tools. And again, you can check out our Patreon for more goodies, as well as the full length of each of these videos. And look forward to our research, community art submissions, and more in our first edition of our Inner Child magazine, as we work with psychoanalysts, social workers, and therapists. Also, come to our annual Pan-African Inner Child Festival, Sunday, August 17th in Brooklyn, New York, and stay tuned for details on our pre-event film screening and panel discussion in July. In the meantime, sign up to volunteer at our festival or donate to make all of this work possible. Thank you so much for tuning in.